Exercise 1.
Jumbo Floating Restaurant in Aberdeen, Hong Kong has been a tourist attraction for decades. There you can eat fresh seafood in a big, beautiful oriental palace-like boat. You can even get to be king or queen and sit on the throne for a few minutes and take as many photos as you want with your own camera. They even provide you with the royal garb. The restaurant has 3 decks. The top deck is for dining, the middle deck is for gaming, and the living quarters are on the lowest deck. Since the Jumbo Floating Restaurant is a little way out from the shore, there are ferries to shuttle you from the pier to the restaurant. The ferry service is free and runs quite frequently. The best way to get to the restaurant is probably by taking a taxi from Causeway Bay, which takes less than half an hour. Alternatively, take a bus.
Exercise 4.
In 1840, the Horticultural Societies of Britain and Belgium offered a prize of nearly $1 million to the first person who could produce a genuine blue rose. In 1991, scientists successfully isolated the gene that carries the blue color from petunia flowers and injected it into a hybrid tea rose. However, the process was complicated and seed germination had a low success rate. In 2004, the impossible became a reality when scientists first created a blue rose using genetic engineering. Roses of different hues of blue were then produced because the demand for blue roses was high. Using similar technology, blue carnations and chrysanthemums have been recently produced and more are in the pipeline. Critics have stated that genetically modified organisms should not be patentable as they are modifications of nature's work, not new inventions.
Exercise 5. Animate objects can be classified into 2 types, plants and animals. The major differences between plants and animals are in movement, irritability, and feeding. The greatest difference is in movement. Animals continuously move about looking for food, while plants remain in one place. Animals also respond more quickly and immediately to the environment, unlike plants, who react much more slowly. For example, a plant takes a long time to bend its stem in search of sunlight. Plants, however, can manufacture their own food using soil, sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. Animals can only consume food. They feed on food manufactured by or obtained from plants or other animals. Exercise 8.
Body language is a powerful communication tool. Body movements and facial expressions can speak even more clearly than words. For example, a person who shrugs his shoulders when he is asked a question shows a clear lack of interest. The offer of a handshake when meeting someone is widely accepted as friendliness. A slight forward bow during introductions means humility. Confidence is clearly seen in people who sit up straight and walk in a stride with their shoulders pushed outwards. People who keep looking down at the floor, especially when speaking, are either shy or timid. When giving a speech, touching any part of the face, especially the nose, sends a strong signal that the presenter is nervous.
Exercise 10.
Brain drain can be simply defined as the mass emigration of technically skilled people, like technologists, doctors, and scientists from various developing countries to more developed nations. Brain drain occurs due to many reasons. For example, the political instability of a nation, lack of career opportunities, health risks, personal conflicts, etc. Usually, developing countries tend to suffer from brain drain, while developed countries experience brain gain from this phenomenon. It is very important to stop the brain drain phenomenon, as the knowledge and skills of all skilled and professional citizens are essential for a developing country to progress. It is important to provide these valuable citizens with ample work opportunities and living facilities in order to retain these valuable citizens in their native countries. There are many other things governments of developing countries can do to combat brain drain. They must increase job advancement and research opportunities in order to reduce the initial losses caused by brain drain. They should also encourage highly skilled workers to work within that country. These steps, however, do not address the issue of reducing brain drain in countries with issues such as conflict, political instability, or health risks, meaning that brain drain is likely to continue as long as these problems exist.
Practice 1. Part 1. Listen to a talk. Based on the talk, answer questions 1 to 8.
For every job advertised, interviewers receive hundreds of resumes. Interviewers scan a resume within 6 seconds to decide on whether to give that applicant an interview. This clearly means that you need to write an impressive resume that stands out from the others. Basic information such as your name, address, and contact number are important, but in today's world, your resume will stand out if you include online profiles that are appropriate in a professional context, such as LinkedIn and blogs. This is to show that you are technologically savvy and connected. It is unnecessary to write a long list that contains irrelevant information, such as your driving license type, religion, and birthday. Next, highlight your job experience instead of your educational qualifications that date right back to primary school. If you are a fresh graduate, highlight your involvement in campus activities. If you have job experience, highlight important past achievements that are relevant to the job you are applying for. This will demonstrate your professional capabilities. However, be careful not to go overboard, as experienced interviewers can easily detect exaggeration. Do not bore your potential interviewers either by writing a lengthy history of everything you have done in your previous jobs. If you are a fresh graduate or lack work experience, you should focus on your involvement in activities outside the work context. Participating in voluntary activities, community projects, sports, or being a member of a professional body helps to boost your marketability. Highlight your role in the activities rather than the title that you hold. Do not join too many of these activities, as employers would be afraid that you might lack focus in your job. Active involvement in only one of these activities would be ideal. One of the most common mistakes is sending the very same resume to various employers. Tailoring your resume to specially cater to the needs of each different employer makes a difference. Experienced employers are able to tell the difference between a specifically tailored resume and a general resume.
You are now given 1 minute to answer questions 1 to 8. You will listen to the recording again. Check your answers.